Hello parents! My name is Misty Lewin and I am the gifted and talented teacher for Pink Elementary and Tadlock Elementary. Welcome to GT Night! I wanted to share with you what we're going to be learning this year and the exciting adventures that we are all going to go on because we have some amazing plans for your kids. Here at Pink Elementary and Tadlock Elementary, you can tell that we work very, very hard to make sure that the environment that your GT learner is going on these adventures in is very warm, loving, exciting, and inviting. We want their creativity to soar. We want them to feel comfortable enough to take those risks so that we can move them above and beyond. You see before you a giant yet. This is at both Pink and Tadlock, and the reason we do this is because I want all of our students to know that there are many things that are going to challenge them this year, but we will never, ever give up. And the power of yet will get us through. Yes, you're right. You're hearing it correctly. When your children come home, they may be saying, "Oh, we went to GT and we got to play games." What they don't know is many of the games provided here in the Gifted and Talented Classroom are all strategy-based, which means we are actually accessing those thinking processes that they don't even know they're using. You're wondering, what are my kids learning in GT? Well, I'm here to share that with you. We have a set number of skills that we all teach across Frisco ISD to our gifted and talented students. They include critical thinking, where we're talking about attributes like the characteristics or traits of certain things, analogies, which we all know become very handy as we get older, questioning, visual and spatial reasoning, deductive and inductive reasoning, a lot of those fun logic puzzles, that's where we're hitting these skills, and critical problem solving. We also do creative thinking, which of course is my favorite, but we talk about FFOE, some of the kids call it FOE or FOE, but it stands for fluency, how many ideas we can think of, flexibility, how many different kinds of ideas. O is for originality. Can we think of something that nobody else has thought of? And E is for elaboration. Can we add those details to our ideas? So we do a lot with FFOE. We also do Scamper, which is a way to innovate things and make them even better. Stands for substitute, combine, adapt, modify, put it to another use, eliminate, or reverse or rearrange. We do a lot of this with our inventions. We also teach metacognition, which is where we go into Bloom's taxonomy. We also go into Dr. DeBono's 6 thinking hats. You'll hear a lot about the hats from the kiddos because we do get to wear them when we're thinking like them. We also do court. And then we also teach with our higher grades, we do research based on the fact that the best way to research anything is to ask a question. And then our last part that we talk about with our GT learners is the affective part of our lives, whether it's goal setting and making smart goals, becoming a great leader, emotionally, how we handle being GT. We're not perfect by any means. There's more to us than we're just intelligent. We actually think differently. So we talk about how we handle that in class and with our peers. And we do a lot of bibliotherapy, which is basically learning through the stories that we read. We like to teach about learning styles as well. What kind of learner are you? Do you learn best by watching, then you're visual. If you learn best by listening, then you're auditory. If you learn best by talking it out, then you're a verbal learner. If you have to get in there and just try it yourself, then you're kinesthetic. Or if you have to think about what makes sense, then you're logical. If you like to work with other people when you learn, then you're interpersonal. If you like to be by yourself and have that quiet space, then you're intrapersonal. personal. So we talk about these learning styles, and the students have even created their very own learning license so that they can show their classroom teachers and anyone else who needs to know so we can help them learn best. The great thing about GT is we take all of these skills and we embed them in topics that the students love, and that's what we're going to talk about next.
And this year's theme is power. Our first and second graders will be learning about the power of energy, the different types of energy in action, potential, kinetic, and yes, we will be learning about the science of roller coasters. Yes, first and second graders will actually be building their very own roller coasters in class. Third grade is doing the power of investigation. Think CSI meets third grade. We do forensic science, codes, ciphers. We even have special visits from canine detectives throughout Frisco and the detectives themselves. A very exciting and mysterious adventure. Fourth grade will be doing the power of innovation. We learn about the famous Rube Goldberg. We learn about all of his hilarious contraptions, and we even build some of our own. Then we move on to inventions and innovations, ways that we can make everything even better. The children will actually get to choose an invention, come up with a business plan, and present it in Pink Elementary and Tadlock Elementary's very own version of Shark Tank. Where we have business owners throughout the community come and be the actual sharks and try to make a deal. The fifth graders will be doing something new this year. Fifth grade will be doing the power of design based on the 7 wonders of the world. They will have a split time here in GT. The first half will be spent on doing gifted and talented skills embedded in the 7 wonders of the world. The last half of class will be their choice. They will be working on passion projects through our very famous Genius Hour time. In that time, they can focus their energies into something that they are truly passionate about. Well, that sounds so exciting, Miss Lewin, but when does my child come to GT? Well, here it is. At Pink Elementary, these are our class times. I'm here at Pink on Mondays and Wednesdays. Mondays, I see our third graders from 9:30 to 11, fourth grade from 11:30 to 12:30, and kindergarten coming soon from 1:30 to 2:30. On Wednesdays, I see our fourth graders from 8 to 9, first and second combined from 9:30 to 10:30, and our seniors here at Pink Elementary from 10:30 to 12:30 on Wednesdays. At Tadlock Elementary, I'm there on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I see my first and second group from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, third grade from 10 to 11:30, fifth grade from 11:30 to 12:30, and my fourth graders from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. On Thursdays, I see fourth grade from 8 to 9, fifth grade from 9 to 10, and our kindergartners coming soon from 11:30 to 12:30.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, so Miss Lewin, my kids come to you once, twice a week. They're gifted 24/7? I agree. That's why I work as a team with all of our cluster teachers. So every time they are developing new lessons for their classroom, they check in with me, and I'm able to give them advanced learner activities to help enrich our GT students' lives so they are not sitting there bored. If they are bored and getting couch potato brain, then you need to let me know, and I tell them the same thing, because the only time we get stronger is when it's difficult. So if they're ever sitting in class and they're thinking, oh, this is so easy, Then they need to come talk to me, and I talk in turn to their teacher and see what we can do to challenge them. We want to make sure that they don't waste any of their precious minutes here at Pink and Tattle.
Okay, so I bet you're wondering, well, what can I do at home to help my students? Besides the normal classwork, what can we do for GT? Well, I would like to introduce to you the Google Classroom. Google Classroom rocks. On Google Classroom, your children can go online and actually participate in discussions that are led by Miss Lewin. Sometimes they're riddles, sometimes they're extensions from the class. So how does my child connect with Google Classroom? All right, step 1, log into Google with your child's school email. It's their first name, last name, last 3 digits of their ID number at k12.friscoisd.org. The password is your child's birthday. When you're in Google Classroom, you'll be asked for a code. The code for Pink Elementary is MYYODM, and Tadlock Elementary, RFDKUP. And guess what? Yes, there is an app called Google Classroom. Parents, they can put it on their device and they can use it so much easier. So look into getting that app. It is a free application. Okay, parents, let's talk about how to actually get into Google Classroom. You are going to travel to www.google.com. It will bring up this homepage, and if you look in the top right hand corner, it has a place for you to click on and sign in. Once you do that, then it will look like this. And you will type in your child's email, which is their first name, last name, last 3 digits of their lunch code at k12.friscoisd.org. Then you're going to click on the next. It's going to ask you for a password, and your child's password is their birth date in digital format. Once you're logged in as your child, and you can verify at the top right now I'm logged in as Mrs. Lewin, then you're going to go to the navigation bar and you're going to type in classroom.google.com. This takes you to Google Classroom. Now, as you can see, Mrs. Lewin has quite a few, but your child may not. It may be their first classroom to add. All you do is you click on the plus button, and it'll ask you if you want to join a class. You click join class, and you type in our class code. Here is just a glimpse of what Google Classroom looks like. This is an example of Pink Elementary's. You'll see a question posted by Miss Lewin, and then your child can answer that question. Now, as you're looking at it, see the fun view from Mrs. Lewin's point of view. It shows me how many people are enrolled in Google Classroom and how many people have actually answered the question. As you can see, we have probably 50 plus students at each campus, and only 30 are enrolled, and of that 30, only 4 or 5 parents are actually participating. So this is not a resource that we're using to its full potential. So I would like everybody to try and log on to Google Classroom. There are instructions on our website. If you need to find the Quest website, all you do is go to Pink Elementary or Tadlock Elementary, and you can find us under Quest.
Well, parents, I hope you find this video very informational, and perhaps it might answer some of those questions that have been lingering. Your children are going to be bringing home Gifted and Talented binders next week, and we'll be keeping all of the projects that we work on inside of them, as well as some extension activities they can do at home. And you'll also get a progress report from the Quest Classroom twice per year. You get one in the winter and then one in the spring. So if you have any further questions whatsoever, my door is always open. You can send me an email. That's always the best way to reach me because I can check my email all the time. It's Lewin, LEWINM, at friscoisd.org. Okay, have a great night.